Most cars die before 200,000 miles. These beasts keep going past 400,000, 600,000, even 1 million miles in one case. They've been tested on highways, dirt roads, and in harsh conditions, and they refuse to quit. These are the 17 SUVs that never break down. Buy once, drive forever. Stick around for my bonus tip to get your SUV over 300,000 plus miles. Kicking things off at number 17 is the Toyota Highlander. You want a midsize SUV that just doesn't quit? Here it is. The Highlander is built off the Camry platform, and that's why it lasts. Consumer Reports ranks it above average for reliability year after year. Owners on Toyota Nation often post odometer shots north of 300,000 miles. The V6 models, especially the 3.5-liter 2 GRFE, are the sweet spot. Smooth power, good fuel economy for its size, and long life. IC Cars found Highlanders are among the top SUVs reaching 200,000 plus miles, with 15.7% doing it. My advice is to watch out for early 2008 to 2010 oil leak issues around the rubber line for the VVTi system. Later models switched to a durable metal line, so 2011 through 2019 are the safer bet. Those years have a solid drivetrain and very few recalls. Now, let's step into something bigger with Honda toughness and more seats. Following at number 16 is the Honda Pilot. This SUV has been the go-to family workhorse for decades, and plenty of them are still running strong past 250,000 miles. Honda's 3.5-liter V6 is the heart of it. It's the J35 engine, and it's built tough. Consumer Reports gives the Pilot solid marks for long-term dependability. Many owners on Honda Tech forums brag about hitting 300,000 with basic care. But here's the catch. Not every year is as reliable. The 2003 to 2008 models had transmission issues, especially if the fluid wasn't changed often. RepairPal ranks those years higher for drivetrain complaints. If you're shopping for a used one, stick with 2009 to 2015 or newer. Honda improved the automatic transmission and reduced the failures. Honda does recommend changing the timing belt every 105,000 miles or 7 years. Ignore it and you risk bending valves if it snaps. On older Pilots, pay attention to the rear suspension bushings. When they wear out, the SUV tends to wander at highway speeds, but it's an easy fix once you know what to look for. The Pilot itself isn't flashy, but it's dependable. Take care of it, and it'll serve like an old workhorse. Now, what if you want that same Honda toughness wrapped in Lexus luxury? Rolling in at number 15 is the Lexus RX 350. You want a luxury SUV that runs like a Camry in a suit? That's the RX 350. It's built on Toyota's K platform, sharing bones with the Highlander and Camry. That's why it feels refined and yet lasts forever. Consumer Reports gives it top reliability scores almost every year. IC Cars found the RX ranks in the top 10 SUVs most likely to reach 200,000 miles. The heart of it is the 3.5-liter 2G RFE V6, a chain-driven engine that shrugs off mileage when you keep the oil clean. Owners regularly push past 300,000 to 400,000 miles without major issues. There are a couple of quirks to note. 2007 to 2009 models often had cracking dashboards, and 2010 to 2012 models sometimes leaked from the oil cooler hose. Toyota later upgraded those to stronger metal lines, so check under the hood for seepage near the oil filter housing. If you want the sweet spot, look at 2013 to 2015 or 2017 to 2019 models. They ride smooth, avoid the worst recalls, and hold their value well. And here's a tip. On higher mileage RXs, listen for a humming sound at highway speed. That's usually worn wheel bearings. Not a deal breaker, but it can give you room to negotiate. Now, if you need more size and muscle, the next rig steps up big. Landing at number 14 is the Ford Expedition. Few full-size SUVs work as hard as the Ford Expedition, yet many still clear 250,000 miles without giving up. It rides on a truck frame, sharing parts with the F-150. That's why it lasts. It is ranked in the top 5 SUVs most likely to reach 200,000. About 5% do it, which is strong for a full-size SUV. Under the hood, older Expeditions carried the 5.4-liter V8, which had notorious spark plug issues. Ford corrected that problem after 2008. Starting in 2015, the Expedition switched to the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. It delivers strong power and towing muscle, but those turbos demand clean oil and regular changes if you want them to last. Rust is another thing to watch for, especially around the rear hatch and frame cross members in states that use heavy road salt. If you want the safest bets, look at 2011 to 2014 for the last strong V8 models, or 2018 and newer with improved EcoBoost tuning. Either way, the Expedition is a proven workhorse. And the next SUV? It takes that same truck DNA and stretches it into pure Toyota toughness. Strong at number 13 is the Toyota Sequoia. These rigs are known to cross 400,000 miles when cared for. Built on the Tundra pickup frame, they've got a heavy backbone, tough drivetrain, and room for the whole crew. IC Cars ranks the Sequoia as the top longest-lasting SUVs, with nearly 36.4%, reaching 250,000. Many owners even show them doubling that. The early 4.7-liter V8 is a gem, simple and strong. The later 5.7-liter pulls hard and is bulletproof with regular oil changes. Both engines handle towing without complaint. Weak spots? Rear hatch handles snap often. Not a big deal, just annoying. Also, check the rear suspension bushings. They wear out and cause clunks. Car Complaints notes more noise issues than real drivetrain failures. Fuel economy is lousy, about 14 to 15 miles per gallon, but that's the trade for long life. Best years? 2008 to 2017. More refined, fewer rust issues, strong drivetrain. Tip: check under the rear axle for frame rust. Toyota had recalls on some trucks for this, and Sequoias share that risk. If you're finding this list useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps me bring you more real-world breakdowns of SUVs in the market. Now, if you want something with Honda blood but a sharper edge, the next SUV's up. Next up at number 12 is the Acura MDX. One MDX even hit 946,252 miles without being an Uber car. That's insane, but it shows what careful maintenance can do. The MDX rides tighter than the Honda Pilot, but it still carries the family without stress. That's the Honda engineering underneath. Consumer Reports rates it above average for reliability, and IC Cars found nearly 10% make it past 200,000 miles. Plenty run well into the 300K range if you keep up with fluids and timing. The 3.5-liter V6 is smooth and predictable, perfect for daily use or weekend trips. Early 2007 to 2009 models had some transmission shudder, but Acura ironed that out by 2010. If you're shopping used, 2010 to 2013 are the sweet spot. Durable and fewer electronic issues. A few things to check. Air suspension on SHAWD trims. If it sags or leaks, that compressor can set you back over $1,000. Third row seat motors sometimes burn out too, so fold them during your test drive. And look at the plastics inside. Scratched or warped panels tell you how the car's been treated. We roll into an old-school Nissan that shows why the past sometimes beats the present. At number 11, we've got the Nissan Pathfinder. If you're eyeing the new ones, Let me save you the headache. Don't. The 2013 redesign killed the truck DNA. Out went the sturdy automatics, in came CVTs. Owners complain about shuddering, failures, and massive repair bills. J.D. Power and Repair Pal both rate post-2013 Pathfinders below average. Consumer Reports even gave the 2025 model a 38 out of 100 in reliability. That tells you all you need to know. Now, the older Pathfinders, that's where the magic is. The 2005 to 2012 V6 models with traditional automatics are tough. Consumer Reports rates them above average for long-term dependability. Also, about 13% of these pass 250,000 miles, and many climb toward 300,000 with steady care. One owner even bragged about his 2008 Pathfinder with the rare V8 option. He bought it at 95,000 miles, and now sits at 500,000 miles on the original engine and transmission. That says it all. Still, check the frame for rust if you're shopping in northern states. Rear suspension bushings often wear out after 150,000 miles, causing clunks over bumps. And watch out for radiator leaks on 2005 to 2007 models. Look for coolant residue near the lower hose. Best years? 2006 to 2012. Simple electronics, stout engines, and towing power without the drama. Many owners on Nissan forums call them a true buy once, drive forever SUV. Next, let's talk about a crossover that surprises many mechanics with its longevity. Holding number 10 is the Subaru Outback and Forester. Few crossovers earn long-term respect like these two. Built on Subaru's boxer engines, they keep the center of gravity low for steady handling, whether in snow or on dirt roads. Plenty of owners report 250,000 to 300,000 miles on the original engine and transmission, and Consumer Reports consistently ranks both models above average for reliability. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder is the workhorse, while the Forester XT's turbo adds power without giving up durability. And here's a record worth noting. The highest mileage Subaru Forester belongs to Yerner Young, who crossed over 1 million kilometers, about 621,000 miles, in his 1998 model, which he still drives today. Another reason for their longevity is Subaru's symmetrical AWD. It keeps wear balanced across the drivetrain, helping brakes, tires, and suspension last longer. Best years? 2010 to 2014 Outbacks and 2009 to 2013 Foresters. Balanced, capable, and extremely dependable. They may not be flashy, but take care of them and they'll return the favor with decades of service. Subarus are so tough, they even made our list of the best used SUVs you should actually buy. Click the link above to check out which other vehicles made the cut. Coming in at number 9 is the Chevrolet Suburban. This SUV has been around since 1935, making it the longest-running nameplate in automotive history. Nearly a century later, it's still proving why families, fleets, and even law enforcement swear by it. With regular care, Suburbans are known to push 300,000, 400,000, and even 500,000 miles without flinching. That's why it ranked 4th on iSeeCar's list of the top 30 vehicles most likely to last 250,000 plus miles, with a massive 22% of Suburbans making it past that milestone. That's not luck, that's engineering. Built on Chevy's truck platform, it shares bones with the Silverado, giving it a rock-solid frame and drivetrains that are easy to maintain. The 5.3-liter V8 in 2000s models is a standout, simple, durable, and powerful enough to tow just about anything. Later models added more tech but kept the toughness intact. Watch out for oil consumption issues in 2007 to 2011 models, and check for sagging rear air suspension in higher trims. Both are common but fixable. If you want the best model, choose 2015 to 2020 for a blend of modern features and strong reliability, or opt for 2000 to 2006 for that classic Chevy durability. Either way, the Suburban is proof that sometimes bigger really does mean better when it comes to SUVs that last forever. And if you're still loving the Chevys, don't worry, I've got another one coming up next. At number 8, we find the Chevrolet Tahoe. The Tahoe is one of those full-size SUVs that feels like it can haul anything forever. It shares its frame with the Silverado pickup, which is why so many hit 250,000 to 300,000 miles without major issues. Reports show that 17.7% of Tahoes reach 250,000 miles, and many older ones push beyond 300,000. Consumer Reports gives it above-average reliability for full-size SUVs, particularly the 2018 model that score 46 out of 100 in reliability. The 5.3-liter V8 is the sweet spot. Strong, smooth, and relatively simple. Early 2007 to 2014 models had some spark plug and fuel injector complaints, but nothing catastrophic. Regular service keeps it rolling. Check for minor rust on the wheel wells and undercarriage, especially if it saw northern winters. Also, inspect the rear leaf springs. They can sag with age, especially if the SUV did heavy towing. Best years? 2014 to 2019 for reliability, 2015 plus if you want modern features and can handle slightly higher maintenance costs. Next, we step up the luxury and size, keeping that full-size, road-conquering DNA. Right behind it, at number 7, is the GMC Yukon. This is the full-size SUV built to haul, tow, and handle rough winters without breaking a sweat. The 2008 to 2013 models with the 5.3-liter V8 are known for crossing well past 250,000 miles when given basic maintenance. That engine is simple, predictable, and forgiving, which is why so many owners swear by it. The Yukon's strength is in its bones. Solid frame, heavy-duty suspension, and big brakes. It's built more for toughness than for flash. When checking one, look under the rear axle and springs. If they're still straight and not sagging, the suspension easily has another 100,000 left. Also, listen for front hubs and wheel bearings. Many start to hum before they fail, and catching it early saves money. Electronics inside can be hit or miss on older models. Power windows or locks may act up, but none of it keeps the truck off the road. On four-wheel drive, models with a 2-speed transfer case, put it in gear on gravel. If it clicks in smoothly, you're good. The Yukon is big, solid, and simple. Treated with regular care, it'll outlast most other full-size SUVs on the market. Just when you think full-size durability can't get more refined. The next SUV proves luxury and longevity can ride in the same package. At number 6 stands the Lexus GX 460. This, a Land Cruiser in a luxury suit. Rugged, refined, and nearly indestructible. It's built on a full-size truck frame with a solid axle rear, which means it can handle off-road punishment without breaking a sweat. Consumer Reports ranks it very high for reliability, and RepairPal notes low repair frequency compared to other luxury SUVs. Many owners report hitting 300,000 miles with minimal issues. Power comes from the 4.6-liter V8, smooth, strong, and surprisingly durable. Owners love that it doesn't fuss over towing or heavy gear. On long trips, the cabin stays quiet, and electronics rarely fail. What to check? Look at the air suspension on pre-2010 models. It can sag with age. Inspect the undercarriage for minor scratches if it's been off-road. Also, test the crawl control and hill descent system. They should engage smoothly without grinding. Early 2010s GX models combine reliability with modern safety features, making them the sweet spot. Even if it's a decade old, a well-kept GX 460 will drive like new. Tip: Change fluids at regular intervals and flush the transfer case every 50,000 miles. Do that, and this SUV can last 500,000 miles. Next, we shift back to compact territory. But don't underestimate its longevity. Cracking the top 5 is the LX 570/LX 600. The LX is basically a Land Cruiser dressed in luxury. It shares the Land Cruiser's frame, drivetrain, and V8 power, but adds leather, tech, and quiet refinement. Owners on Club Lexus report LXs easily hitting 300,000 to 400,000 miles. Consumer Reports consistently ranks it near the top for reliability among luxury SUVs. The 5.7-liter V8 in the LX 570 is smooth, strong, and nearly bulletproof. Later, LX 600 models update the engine and tech without losing the toughness. Full-time four-wheel drive, solid axles, and heavy-duty suspension mean it handles heavy loads, off-road terrain, and towing without drama. Electronics? Surprisingly durable for a luxury SUV. Maintenance is easier than most competitors because Lexus didn't overcomplicate the drivetrain. Weak spots are minor. Check air suspension on older models and inspect door seals for leaks. Otherwise, it's built to outlast almost anything on the road. Tip: rotate tires and monitor differential fluids. Treat it like a tank. And this SUV will reward you with hundreds of thousands of miles of trouble-free driving. Next up, the crown jewel, the SUV everyone dreams about for longevity. At number 4 sits the Toyota RAV4. Walk down any street and count how many RAV4s you see. Chances are, it's a lot. It's been America's best-selling SUV since 2006, and for good reason. People love the RAV4 for its mix of size, fuel efficiency, and dependable performance. Consumer Reports consistently rates it way above average for reliability, with some models like the 2022 scoring 94 out of 100. It shows you just how much dependable these cars are. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder in the 2013 to 2018 models is simple, tough, and surprisingly fun to drive. The earlier 2.4-liter from 2006 to 2012 is also bulletproof. Many owners on Toyota Nation report original engines still running strong past 300,000 miles. One 2009 Toyota RAV4 Sport V6 in Quebec, Canada, even racked up 439,000 miles and kept going, proving how far these rigs can be pushed. Newer RAV4s, especially 2019 to 2022, carry the same DNA, but add modern safety tech without losing durability. Toyota didn't reinvent the wheel, they just made it smarter. This isn't just old school reliability, it's new school toughness too. And just when you think compact SUVs can't get any tougher, the next one shows why some call it a tank on wheels. Climbing into the top 3 is the Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V has earned its place as one of the most reliable SUVs ever, just as the RAV4. And here's the proof: Joel and Susan Cram's CR-V, nicknamed Lorraine, passed 1 million miles in October 2019. That's not a rumor, it's a documented case that shocked even longtime Honda fans. Consumer Reports has kept the CR-V at the top of its reliability charts for decades. iSeeCars data shows most CR-Vs easily breaking 200,000, with many pushing far past 300,000. But Lorraine shows what happens when you combine good design with steady care. The 2.4-liter inline-4 from the 2000s and 20s is simple, efficient, and built for the long haul. Honda's 5-speed automatics, especially before the CVTs, hold up incredibly well too. Maintenance stays easy: oil changes, valve checks, and chain inspections. Brakes and suspension go the distance without drama. Plenty of first and second-gen CR-Vs are still on the road today, original engines and all. If you're after an SUV that's practical, affordable, and built to last, the CR-V deserves its spot near the very top. Runner-up at number 2 is the Toyota Land Cruiser. If you want an SUV that laughs at mileage, Look no further than the Land Cruiser. The 80 series, like the one driven by Colin Muddle, ran over 1 million kilometers. That's more than 620,000 miles without a major engine rebuild. People still post stories on Land Cruiser Club forums about these trucks running past 400,000 to 500,000 miles with original drivetrains. The 4.5 and 4.7-liter inline-six engines are nearly indestructible. They're simple, strong, and paired with full-time four-wheel drive that never complains. Consumer Reports ranks the Land Cruiser among the most reliable SUVs ever, and iSeeCars shows it consistently in the top 5% for longevity. Weak spots are minimal. Watch for rust in older models, especially in wheel arches and the underbody. Suspension bushings eventually wear, but that's easy to fix and doesn't hurt overall life. Best years? 1995 to 1997 for the 80 series, 2008 to 2021 for modern models with V8 power and updated safety tech. If you want a true buy once, drive forever SUV, this is it. Next, we move into the ultra-luxury territory, the SUV equivalent of a private jet. And finally, taking the crown at number 1 is the Toyota 4Runner. Some folks will argue this spot belongs to the Land Cruiser, but here's the difference. The 4Runner lasts just as long, costs far less to own, and stays within reach for the average driver. One 1998 4Runner racked up 663,309 miles before the odometer gave out. That's over 500,000 miles on the original platform. Sure, other SUVs like the CR-V have hit 1 million, but the 4Runner stands out because it's not just about distance, it's about rugged survival. This SUV isn't built to be pampered, it's built to take a beating and keep going. The old 3.4-liter V6 is legendary for its durability with basic care. Later V6s paired with Toyota's simple 5-speed automatics are just as bulletproof. Add in the body-on-frame design, heavy suspension, and proven 4-wheel drive system, and you've got a rig that shrugs off abuse, whether it's towing, trails, or daily grind. Compared to the Land Cruiser, the 4Runner is more practical, cheaper to buy, easier to fix, and still tough enough to last decades. Consumer Reports has ranked it among the most reliable SUVs year after year. At the end of the day, if you want an SUV that can outlast the competition without draining your wallet, the Toyota 4Runner wears the crown. It's the definition of buy once, drive forever. Now you know which SUVs will outlast the rest. But what about the lemons? Watch our video below on the worst SUVs you should never buy. Don't make the mistake of picking the wrong one.